5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA, right there, and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. I got my coffee and I'm ready to roll. Okay. Today we're going to talk about predictions. We're going to talk about predictions for 2018, predictions for 2019, and predictions for 2020. I thought I'd give you a perspective on predictions. And that isn't a pretty good one. You know, you'd be better off with Nostradamus or maybe the Apostle John or Ezekiel. I once called an expert on U.S.-Russian relations, and I explained the Russian coup. And he said, I've talked to journalists for 2 weeks, and I would like to send you my book, because my upcoming book, my unpublished book, and I'd like to know your thoughts on it. But you have to tell me your source. It's a good story, I think. You have to tell me where you get your information, because you understand what's going on in Russia better than everybody that I've talked to. And I said, well, I just read it in the paper. And he said, no, I don't believe that. Not for a second. Because I was talking about Afghanistan and Iran and a lot of things in the Middle East and how Russia connected. And he said, you have to tell me your source. I said, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to want to know. He says, well, I'm going to send you the book, but you have to tell me. I said, okay. The book of Ezekiel. I said it predicts that someday Russia's going to come down and intervene in the Middle East. And anyway, that was kind of the end of the conversation. And he never did send me the book, which I don't think was fair, because I did my end of the deal. But the point is that prediction is tough. Prediction is super tough. And I wasn't right in the near term. I could be right someday. Who knows? I mean, Ezekiel could be right someday. And that's the great part about predictions. If you put them far enough out, or undetermined date, you got nothing to worry about. You know, nobody rips Ezekiel out of their Bible because some of the things haven't happened yet. Ezekiel talks about the nation of Israel being called back to the land in some far off time. How about that one? What are the odds of that? Nothing. So enough of that. Everybody's out there saying, what is he talking about today? My wife, I hope, doesn't watch this. That's the great part about having few viewers, right? Hey, diver. I'm a diver. Certified open water. Had lots of near-death experiences. So welcome. Say hello. So let's dig in and look at some of the crazy predictions of the world. Let's go back up here. Okay, and here. This was great. Samuel Scott. And he gave predictions for 2018, or he went back and looked at the end of 2018. He looked at who got what right about 2018 and 2017. And so this goes from 2017 through 18, 19, and 20. So that's pretty good. I think you're going to get a good perspective here. And he rated them and ranked them, and he said, why? Because there's significant future. There's significant money in futurism. That's a good one right on its own. Okay? Only forecasts that were specific and quantifiable. In fact, if you look at the news, I quit watching the news mostly because it was about 80% prediction. The Supreme Court may hear this case, and if they hear this case, they may rule this way, and if they do, it might have this effect. Well, those are handy stories if you got nothing else to talk about, but there is real news in the world. Anyway, so this guy only included stuff that was quantifiable and specific, so you could at least evaluate whether it's going on, you know. And again, when we look at the specific quantifiables on, say, things like climate change, not very great. Is there directionally change? Sure, probably. But the best stuff isn't very specific because it comes and goes. So let's move on. Deloitte predicted that in at the end of 2017, that 50% of adults will have at least 2 online-only media subscriptions. and a fifth of adults will have more than 5. And the truth is that in Norway, 30% do, but in 16% in the U.S., not even 20%, not near 50, and only 7% in the U.K. And remember, this is for 2018. It's probably gone up. Now, another prediction was there'll be about 150 million music subscriptions, but there were already 176 at the end of 2017. That's funny. People will use more internet blockers. I use one, 28%. It's probably gone up. They've made it really easy. TV viewing will decline to 15 from 20% to 15 by 5. Okay, so U.S. adults 18 to 24 actually in 2018 they went up a little bit to 16. Oh my, this is flying by here today. Lucky I had that alarm. Okay, here's Forrester. Consumers will lose 20%. A consumer brand will lose 20% of its revenue due to privacy ethics violations. No. Basically, no. More than 50% of enterprises will leverage AI in 2018 with at least one component of their marketing technology stack. Oh, and on predictions, let's just go over here and now I have to find it. Now I have to find the right. Here we go. Let's go over here and look at, let's try predicting something good for Christmas, which is not that easy. And off we go. And here we go. You'll like this. There are 10 million reasons not to skip this film. And there's a gift in the trash.
Let's take a stand, let's all demand no more unwanted gifts.
There's 10 million
Gifts end up in the bin. So give me something good.
Give me something good. Give me something good. I don't know what exactly who's sponsoring that one, but it just illustrates the difficulty of prediction. So I employ the I will pick something and you can take credit policy, because at least then I know I'll use it. And we won't talk about the Father's Day gift that I hated and they wouldn't send back because somebody liked it. So anyway, that's give me something good. 10 million end up in the bin. I didn't know that, but then that's probably only for the UK or something. I think that was the UK. Okay, Amazon will own 50% of the US-based market. Yeah, that's already happened. Most of the predictions that were right were on the brink of happening. Okay, so I don't think we have time to get over into 2019 predictions, which is coming along. The ad tech landscape goes from bad to worse as Facebook and Google cements the industry's structural decline. And large communication conglomerates shed 20 to 50%. 90% of recent growth has gone to Facebook and Google, while investment in other tech has been slowing rapidly. Disney will offer a Prime Netflix-like member offering. Yep, that happened. Live digital content will continue to grow. Yeah, but the verdict is out on whether it is very effective. Messaging apps will become critical. Not at all. Virtual reality, we still hear that. It's going to be the breakthrough. No, you can't even sell VR headsets. Sales have declined in 2018. Voice search, this is one I wanted to get to. Voice search and AI will be the way users discover brands and content. No, you don't search on voice. I've watched people use voice. I use voice on my phone. What I use voice for is, hey Google, what's the weather today? Let's see if it gets it. Anyway, that's good.
It will be partly cloudy with a forecasted high of 35 and a low of 26. Currently it's 32
See?
and cloudy.
That works great. Don't ask me to find the next good Christmas gift. It would be interesting to see what it says, but I don't even bother. So So only 2% of people who own Alexa-equipped devices have ever made a purchase with Alexa, and 90% of those 2% say they would never make another. And that's the way I feel too. Okay, so yeah, marketers want to use AI, but not for but primarily for audience segmentation, and they don't do it very well. Purpose becomes the heart of marketing. You hear that a lot, but for every cause marketing advertisement, there are untold thousands that are not. Social media and the future of public relations is participatory. Well, yeah, that's true, but social media networks are useless for brands because a minuscule percentage of a brand's customers follow or engage with them. You know, the magic of TV or Super Bowl ads or whatever is that you're educating the public, not most of whom don't care, and a few of whom might care someday, you know, or they might go get the Peloton. The future includes chat box, yeah, but Facebook's Messenger chat box have a 70% failure rate. Salesforce did it awful. They were the worst predictor of anything. Okay, so Monday will bring you up on 2019, and hopefully we'll get to 2020. The problem with these articles is they're long and tedious. And the point I want to make, in summary, is it's hard to predict. It's just hard to predict. It's hard to predict anything, especially the future. I'm John Miglosh. Like and share. Your friends will think you're smart.